Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy, Sports and Fitness Rants? I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Once again, got another great video for you guys today. As usual, you guys know the deal on this channel, man. Once again, these videos are not always planned out. They're not always thought about ahead of time. Like I said, they're impromptu videos. And once again, breaking news. Breaking news. LeBron James expected to play against the San Antonio Spurs tonight. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about that in this video because once again, the King LeBron James is exposing himself as being a load manager at the highest order and ducking the smoke of the Golden State Warriors and Steph Curry, right? By playing or being expected to play tonight against the lowly Spurs. We're going to talk about in this video, guys, because once again, this exposes this man as a fraud, as a clown. And I'm going to thank you guys, man, everyone across the world, everyone across the states, man. Shout out to everybody that came through the live stream last night. I am truly humbled by all the support, guys. Truly, truly humble, man. It means a lot, for real. You guys, like I said, commenting, man, liking the videos, subscribing to my channel, everyone joining the membership. Man, shout out to you guys, man, for real. Shout out to the newest members, my man Eagle Trippin'. Shout out to Animaniac. Shout out to you guys, man, for real. I hope I'm saying your name right. It's truly humbling, guys, for real. Thank you for standing up with me. We must continue to do this. Set the record straight. Stop the lies. Stop the narratives, man. And you guys know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So, yes, guys, like I said, breaking news. LeBron James expected to play tonight against the San Antonio Spurs. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The Lakers are on a back-to-back. And I told you guys in the video the other day that LeBron James is a load manager, right? He's exposed himself many times, right? Even though they tell us he spends millions on his body, he's in the best of condition. This man continues to miss games. But not only does he miss games, we've talked about what also? He ducks the smoke from certain teams. He'll avoid certain matchups as part of his load managing. It's not just about preserving himself and the longevity. He also avoids certain matchup. And once again, he exposes this very notion because he's expected to play tonight against the lowly Spurs, who are literally the worst team in the Western Conference record-wise. But he didn't play against the Golden State Warriors last night. Now, how does it expose LeBron James as not being a true competitor and not caring about winning? Like I also told you guys, let's think about this. Why would you not play against the Golden State Warriors and sit out against the Spurs? Your team has a better chance to beat the Spurs without you than you have to beat the Golden State Warriors. And as you guys have probably known or waking up to the notion or the fact that the Lakers lost last night. Right? So LeBron James, once again, load manages on his team. He ducks the smoke from a Steph Curry, and Steph Curry leads his team to a victory over the Lakers, and LeBron James' team loses. So this is what goes to the inconsistency of the LeBron James team, guys. You see what I'm saying? This all goes back to the inconsistency. How can your team be consistent when you're ducking and choosing which teams you're going to play against? So you sit out against the Warriors, where your team actually would have needed you against a more quality opponent, but you're expected to play against the Spurs. And I tell you right now, guys, if this man plays against the Spurs, I don't care if he scores 60 in the game, we are going to roast this man the next morning. We're going to roast him the next day. If he plays, he's expected to play. And this is why I say he's a clown show and he's a fake and a fraud. These injuries are not real. Sore ankle. So you couldn't play yesterday, but you can play today. You were off for a week and you couldn't play in the Golden State Warrior game, but you could play in the game against the San Antonio Spurs, guys. Think about how that sounds. Think about how LeBron James looks. These are the things that we're alluding to on this channel, man. This is what I'm always telling you guys. LeBron James is not respected. He can never be respected with these kinds of antics. This is load managing. This is ducking the smoke at its finest. Expected to play against the Spurs? Any opportunity for LeBron James to play against a lesser team where he can perhaps stab pad, but he didn't want to play against Steph Curry and the Warriors. You didn't want to go out there with your boy Draymond Green. You didn't want to compete against the Warriors, a team who's actually right behind them in the standings. If I'm not mistaken, I believe the Warriors actually have a one less loss than the Lakers. They're actually better than them in the loss column. They haven't played as many games as the Lakers yet. Remember, they missed a couple of those games due to the tragic death of one of their coaches. So they're behind a couple of games. So they needed that game. They needed to compete. And LeBron James wasn't there for his teammates. He's never there for his teammates. Whenever his teammates need him, he's not there. But his teammates are always expected to be there for him. And when they're not, right? Anytime they're not, they get roasted. They get traded, right? The media blames them. LeBron James blames them by reading off his stats and things of that nature. Talking about he's the greatest of all time in these things. So as you guys know on this channel, man, I don't want to make this too long of a video, but this is what we're always talking about. How can the LeBron James fans, how can you guys respect this? I don't understand. Like, what are we doing here? You didn't play against the Warriors, but now on the second half of back-to-back, you're going to play against this was the team you chose to play against. Not the team that your team actually needed help to beat. Your team could beat the Spurs without you. They have a better chance beating the Spurs without you than the Warriors. And the fact was proven last night. They lost to the Warriors. Like I said, going against a team that is right behind you in the standings, you have even more of a reason to play against the Warriors than the Spurs. But like I said, if LeBron James does play against the Spurs tonight, it will expose him as a load manager, avoiding back-to-backs, right? When they'll tell us how much of a great athlete he is and how great of shape he's in. The healthiest he was coming into the season, LeBron spends millions on his body, right? We talked about this stuff, guys. You can't claim both. It can't be both. You can't claim all of that. At the same time, though, never play the games, never play defense, never hustle, right? And load manage. Pick and choose when you're going to play against which teams you're going to play against. Like I said, that's the even worse part about it. Not only does he load manage, he also ducks the smoke. Right? He avoids certain teams, right? He load manages against certain teams. This man's exposed himself, guys. He's a fraud, man. I can't do it. I told you, he'll never be in my top 10. Not with these kinds of antics. You sit out against the Warriors and going to play against the Spurs you're expected to play. A sore ankle? A sore ankle kept you out last night. But you'll play against the Spurs. I told you, it makes no sense from a strategic standpoint as far as being competitive and wanting to win. It makes no sense. They give up the loss, right? But when your team would have probably beat the Spurs without you, you want to play in this game now? It don't add up. This is fraudulent, guys. This is why the Lakers will never do anything, because of the inconsistency of the team, right? They win a couple of games, then they lose a couple. They can never put a string together. I've told you, meanwhile, you look at other teams during the season, they've won 6, 7, 8 games in a row. The Lakers ain't sniffing these things. This is the consistency, right? They're going to have to win on the road in the postseason. They can't win on the road, right? They're not going to have home court advantage, right? So they're going to have to win on the road in the postseason if they make it there. The Lakers are lucky that teams like the Utah Jazz, right, the Memphis Grizzlies are not better than they should be, right? The Memphis Grizzlies obviously are missing their best player. They would have been a lot better. The Golden State Warriors have underachieved this season due to guys like Draymond Green sabotaging their season, right, in the beginning, right? We think about the Lakers being carried through the in-season tournament early in the season, which puts them in a position they are now. Think about those early in-season tournament wins. Where would they be without those early season wins? Where would they be without the free throw disparity? Right? Once again, the Lakers shoot more free throws than the Warriors. It wasn't anything to write home about, like 21-14, whatever it was. Still an advantage, nonetheless. But the Lakers are somehow in the 9th spot. With all those other things working in their favor, they're still somehow only in the 9th spot. Why is that, y'all? Because they don't do anything great. Look at the numbers across the board. Look at the advanced analytics. Look at it all for the Lakers. It's not impressive. The only saving grace they've had on their side is that they're bottom in the league in fouls called against them, right? And they're top in the league in fouls called in favor of them. They have a much bigger free throw advantage than any other team in the league. This gives them a lot of those wins, the in-season tournament wins. The Lakers would be in like the 11-12 spot without these wins. This goes to LeBron James and the load managing, picking and choosing when to play. So, like I say, if LeBron James plays tonight against the Spurs, we will roast this man. And he'll once again expose himself. And once again, this is more, like I said, guys, these are more receipts for us to file against LeBron James, and while he'll never be the greatest of all time, and while he'll never be considered the greatest of all time, or even in the conversation to be the greatest of all time. And I told you he'll never be in my top 10. He's not worthy of it. Larry Bird's not doing this. Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Will Chamberlain, he's ducking out on Bill Russell. Oh, I got Bill Russell tomorrow. Let me sit out against Bill Russell, and I'll play against, this other guy. Like, what are we doing here? Let me sit out against the Boston Celtics because they're really good, and I'll play against, the Cincinnati Royals. Like, it's crazy. This is what's going on now. Michael Jordan wasn't ducking guys playing against the LA Clippers. I'm not playing against the Knicks, man. They physical. He didn't duck out on the Pistons. I told you, when Michael Jordan was 39, 40 years old on his last year on the Wizards, played all 82 games, he ducked no one. Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter, Kobe Bryant, Paul Pierce, Latrell Sprewell. It didn't matter who it was. He guarded them up. He played them. Yeah, some of these guys gave Mike the business out there. Why was that? Because they were giving their 100 max puts all to go against Michael Jordan. I told you, Michael Jordan brought out the best in everyone. But Michael Jordan didn't back down. He went right back at these guys. Right? He made them earn it, and they made him earn it. When they were in their primes, their peaks, Michael Jordan could have easily ducked these guys. He did not, though. He went against all these players. LeBron James out here ducking Steph Curry. The guy who's rivaled you your entire era, your entire career, Steph Curry. You ducking him when you guys are neck and neck in the standings. It's laughable, man. But they'll tell us LeBron James spends millions on his body. LeBron James, a true competitor. LeBron James this, LeBron James that. Out against the Warriors, expected to play against the Spurs, guys. You guys know the deal on this channel, man. These are the kinds of things that we're alluding to. Right when we talk about LeBron James being a load manager, ducking the smoke, and just being, like I said, a straight fraud out here, man. This guy's not a true competitor. He don't care about winning. If you really cared about winning, you would have played against the Warriors and sat out against the Spurs. If that's what you were going to do, if you were going to sit, why not sit out against a poor team where your team has a better chance of beating without you? You off for a week, and you come into the fresh after the All-Star break, load managing already. Right? Coming out of the All-Star break, load managing. This is LeBron James, y'all. But he's supposed to be greater than Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, some of these other guys. It's laughable. I told you guys, laughable. You guys know the deal, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.